Welcome back to my 25 days of Christmas. Day 18, cauliflower cheese. That warming, decadent sauce with a welcome hit of mustard. Let's get it. First off, you want to get a pan up to boil. We're going to take our cauliflower, we've just taken the outside leaves off of it, and then we're going to stab down with the root facing up to release those florets. And you don't have to be precious about this. All you want to do is take the core out, and then you'll end up with these big sort of brain looking florets. You can take those into 2, take those into 3, 4, as small as you want it. I like it quite chunky, so I'm just going to put those in half. We're up to the boil and our florets go straight in. This water is seasoned. We season it after it comes up to the boil, not before. Get yourself an oven-proof pan like I've got here, and this is what we're going to build the cauliflower cheese into. These have been boiling now for about 3 or 4 minutes. They've just started to go translucent, just started to give their structure. We're going to drain those off into a sieve or a colander. The reason we do that is because we don't want any excess moisture in our cheese sauce. What we do want is complete control over the consistency of it. Now you want a medium pan on, we're going to get our butter straight in. Once your butter's foaming, go in with your flour. And as soon as that flour hits the pan, you need to stir, because you don't want any caramelization going on in the bottom of the pan. You want this to be a pure white bechamel. The reason we add flour into it is because we want to cook out the flour before we add the milk. Cooking out the flour is basically caramelizing it and cooking out the rawness. Now we do that when there's no milk in the pan, so we don't have to cook it for like half an hour. We can cook it for like 3 or 4 minutes without any milk, and that will effectively cook out the flour, so we don't have to keep this on the stove with the risk of it burning for a longer time. This has been cooking out now for about 3 or 4 minutes, constantly stirring. You should see it bubble and then relax into this wet, sandy mixture. Then we're gonna go in with the milk. Now when I add the milk, I add a bit, I stir, stretch out those lumps. As soon as you get to a stage where it's thick and glossy and those lumps are beginning to stretch out, then you add the rest of your milk. All the milk is in there now, it's thick, it's creamy. This is when you add your seasoning. We go salt, pepper, mustard powder, all important hit of nutmeg. Let's talk about cheese, baby. Let's talk about you and me. You can go Gruyere, you can go Comté, you can go wherever you want with this. I like cheddar, so I'm gonna use cheddar. Get your box grater and just run that through. And just like that, our cheese is grated. You want about 3/4 of the cheese to go straight into the pan. Turn the heat off and then melt and mix that cheese through your sauce. And you should end up with this creamy, thick, pure white, cheesy pot of goodness. We go drained cauliflower straight in, and this is where you want to be careful. You want to turn that mix into a fold, because you don't want to break up any of those cauliflower florets. Once everything's coated and you're happy, pour that straight into your pan. And this is where if you wanted to arrange the florets, you can. For me, I just get them in, cheese on top, cover with grated Parmesan. Oh, look at that. Absolutely stunning. I'm gonna bang this in a 180-degree oven for about 25-30 minutes. Bubbling, golden brown, stunning. This cauli cheese has just come out of the oven and it will stay hot for about 25 minutes. What I would do if I was you is get it to the stage that we had it, where the cheese was on top, the florets were blanched, the sauce was well seasoned and made, and it was all in the pan ready to rock. You're gonna stick this in the oven and cook it fresh when you're reheating everything else. It will come out golden brown, filling the air with that iconic deep roasted smell with flavors and hints of nutmeg and mustard. That is my perfect cauliflower cheese, good enough for your Christmas table. Ah, bang y'all.